Hello, it is Monday and it is a new weekly reading vlog. It is coming to the end of my day. It's 8:15 and I am exhausted. My vlog from last week is uploading. I had almost 2 hours of raw footage. It was like an hour and 56 minutes of raw footage. As you would have seen, a good chunk of that was a haul. Because I have no self-control, as one of my stickers says. These stickers probably won't get stuck to anything because I have commitment issues with stickers. I don't want to stick them on things, which is hilarious considering I have tattoos. But I won't accidentally throw myself away. On purpose, maybe. But like, like, I can't stick them to my laptop because then what happens when I get a new laptop? I can't stick them to my Kindle cover because it's not that kind of, well, I don't have a Kindle. It's my tablet cover and it's Starry Night themed, so like I can't even, I'll show you. Like it's Starry Night themed, so I can't even stick things to that. I would have to stick them in like something random just to stick them in, so I think I just collect stickers. I could put them on my TBR cart because I have got other stickers on my TBR cart. That would be cute. I might do that. That is a good idea. Well done. Thank you for that. Anyway, I'm just sitting down now to read. I'm watching some YouTube and then I'm going to read. This is still what's left on my TBR plus at least 2, maybe 3 more books that are due. I think it's just 2. I think it's just The Wingman and Percy Jackson and the Wrath of the Triple Goddess coming, and they don't get released until the end of the month. So currently this is what's left of my TBR. So this is the non-fiction, this is the Familiars, this is the Chanel Clayton book, this is the Lindsay Sands book, this is Hopeless, which is the last in the Chestnut Springs, this is Fractal Noise by Christopher Paolini, and then this is Spyglass. But Spyglass I can't read until until after we do the live show for Sea Glass, just so I don't get myself mixed up. So that's not going to be until, I don't even know if we'll have done that by the time you see this vlog, because Tori is currently helping Maria on her tour, and so doesn't get back from that until Tuesday this week, and then needs time to actually read the book, because she's been helping her for the past week or so. So it's been busy. But you'll notice something that's also been added to this basket. I did start reading Pucking Around. I do also have A Pirate's Life for Tea, which is on my NetGalley, which I need to remember. Because it's on Kindle, I will forget. But I started reading Pucking Around on Kindle, not realising that it was 700 pages long. I did not know until I went to the sign-in that this thing was 707 pages long. 707 pages. This is a weapon. This would be classified as a weapon. I mean, hilariously, in America this would be banned, whereas certain weapons would not. So, yeah. Anyway, the problem is, right now I'm craving this. Like, I've started it. I'm 46 pages in. I've started it. And now I want to read it instead of reading what I'm supposed to be reading. So I think I'm just going to continue with this and add this to my TBR. It's fine. Like, there's not much. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 books realistically on there. And we're on the 9th. Adding the equivalent of 2 more books on there is totally fine. Can you tell I'm trying to persuade myself? But I feel like I can get through this pretty quick. Like, I read this, according to my Kindle, it should take me around 8 hours to read this. So, because I started reading it on my Kindle, because I got it on Kindle. But I think I might switch to the physical because it's a lovely floppy book. Anyway, I'm going to go for the sake of brevity and let you know when something interesting happens. Hello, it's Tuesday and I am absolutely shattered. Like, I've been asleep on the couch, on the chair, before my tea was ready, and Look at this. That's the way I look like this, because my hair's getting on my nerves. I just want to update that I finished Pucking Around. This is, like I say, chunky book. 707 pages. And this is a polyam queer floppy book. I've really enjoyed it, actually. There's, to be fair, honestly, did not know what to expect. I just expected another hockey romance. And it was and it wasn't. Like, it wasn't. It was definitely a lot more spicy than I was expecting, obviously. But the actual characters were so funny. Like, the different characters. Like, one of them, she kept referring to as like a cat. One of them's just like a golden retriever. And then the third one was like just really stoic and like didn't really speak and stuff, and it was really, it sounds, I'm not selling it, but it's, I really enjoyed it. I'm just really tired, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to reading the next one, and then the next one comes out next month, next month, I can't remember. But I have Pucking Wild, which is the next one, and Pucking Sweet comes out at some point. There's details on Emily Rath's Instagram and stuff. I did start to read All the Living and the Dead, and started falling asleep as I was reading it, so I was like, maybe not. Nothing to do with the book, just to do it. I'm tired. I was up till 2 in the morning reading, Pucking Around. I really was like flying through it. Didn't want to put it down. Had it on my Kindle app as well, so I was just like thinking through it, and then the lack of sleep has just caught up with me. Thankfully it let me get through work, no bother, and it's just kind of caught up with me at like 6 o'clock. It's only 8 o'clock now, and I'm genuinely thinking about going to bed. Like, I'm actually thinking about just going to bed, but I've made myself a cup of tea. I'm gonna continue watching some YouTube videos and see how I feel, and I might just go to bed, because I really do feel, I look how I feel, and that is saying something. But yeah, I've got AJ West tomorrow with Vicky, so hopefully I will remember to vlog some of that. Hello, it is Wednesday. I had to check my watch there to see what day it was, and I have just come back from Edinburgh. Again, did not film anything while I was there. Vicky came with me to go to the AJ West event, and I'm so glad I didn't miss that. Like, it was a really small event. Like, there was only 2, 4, 6, 7, 9 of us there. 10 if you include the other author's wife. And it was so intimate and so lovely, and AJ West is just the nicest guy. Like, he's so sweet and so kind, and I really enjoyed tonight. Like, yeah, it was really, really cool to hear him talk about his concepts and how he writes, and just all that. I did end up, so I got my book signed. I did end up buying the paperback of The Spirit Engineer, because, come on, it's beautiful. It's like the opposite, what's it called, like a colour, you know what I mean. The hardback is black with red foiling and white writing and white detailing, and then the paperback is white with black writing and red foiling, and it's beautiful. Honestly, it's so beautiful. And he signed and stamped both of them, so he's got stamps. So this one was already stamped, but he stamped it again with the red one, just sort of slightly off, so it looks like with the red one, so it looks like a 3D sort of, you know, when you see the 3D images before you put the glasses on, like that. And then I had to explain to him that Mulder had eaten my copy, so he was like, "Dogger poltergeist." He was so lovely, he's so sweet, and he thought that was hilarious that Mulder had eaten my copy. So yeah, I've now got 2 copies of this. He also signed my copy of The Betrayal of Thomas True, which I read last week in preparation for this, and again stamped it He's got this lovely penmanship. Like, he's got really, really pretty penmanship. I'm really jealous. But honestly, he was just so sweet. Like, he stood and talked to everybody. He's just patience of a saint. Honestly, I was sitting blah, 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 like I normally do, and he had the patience of a saint. Gareth Brown was also there, so yep, got this book. So The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. Gareth Brown was the author that was in discussion with A.J. West, and this is his book. He also kindly signed the book. This is a book that I've seen but been too scared to read because I'm not a fantasy reader. It's really funny because I said that to him and he was like, yeah, I'm not a fantasy reader either. But you know when you just... It's the fact that he was so cool to talk to. He's a Scottish author and the concept already intrigued me. So I feel like this is going to be... I don't know. I want to read it soon because for both of the authors, they're not getting the best publicity, let's say. Like, A.J. West is working with a really small publisher, Orenda Books, who did this beautiful edition of The Betrayal of Thomas True. He said they fight tooth and nail for their authors and they are a really small publishing house. And so I really think, and look at this, like, this little beautiful pocketbook. I genuinely love these books. Like, I genuinely love these books. And I feel kind of, well, on the one hand, it was really nice to have, like, such an intimate little thing and get to talk to him for ages. And on the other hand, I feel like he deserves more recognition because, like, these books are excellent. Like, this one, there was something about this book when I was reading it and I couldn't put my finger on it. And then someone at the event said that it was very Dickensian, so, like, very, like, Charles Dickens-esque. And I was like, oh my god, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's written like a Charles Dickens novel, but without all the, written for per word. So it's so Dickensian. And this is going to sound ridiculous because it's like a love story, but a thriller, but a historical fiction. And the minute someone said Dickensian, the thing that it all dropped into place. And that explains why I was seeing this as a Muppet movie in my head. Like, I can imagine this as a Muppet movie. Like, the two justices are the two guys that play Marley and Marley in Muppet Christmas Carol. Don't ask me who other characters are. I think Mother Clap has got to be Miss Piggy. Like, she's got to be Miss Piggy. Don't ask me who Kermit is, because Gabriel and Thomas would be the actual real humans in the Muppet movie. Like, they would be the humans, everybody else would be Muppets. You know what I mean? Well, you don't if you don't read it, but I genuinely love this, and this was one of my favourite books of the year that I read it. Like, so, yeah, really, literally, such a nice guy, and that is so, like, I can't tell you how disappointing it is when you meet an author, or when you hear about an author being, like, not the greatest. Like, I get if people are introverted or shy, or don't want to, like, engage with people, like, totally fine. Totally understand that, but what I mean is, like, when you get authors who are arrogant or nasty or mean or, you know what I mean, you know who I'm talking about. You know, authors like that, and they get so much attention, and then you've got Andy, A.J. West, who is such a lovely guy. Like, he's so lovely, and I feel like so many people haven't read these books, and I think they should. Like, if you love historical fiction based on real things, if you love a little bit of a thrillery twist, especially this one had me, like, scared, but I'm a wuss as well. This one has a thriller aspect in the, like, my heart was my throat for a lot of it, but yeah, I'm just always gonna champion these, because small authors, like, they deserve so much more recognition, and I really want them to do well. Like I say, he's an excellent writer, he's a lovely guy, we love him to do well, I'm really excited to read this. Again, he's lovely. His wife is lovely. Like, they were so nice and kind and funny, and he's got that amazing acerbic Scottish wit. I just really enjoyed my time. I was so lovely to meet AJ West. Like, Andy, he's so, I love the fact his name's Andy. I'm also Andy. I think it's Andrew, but like Andy, he's so, honestly, so lovely. But anyway, I'm going to stop waxing lyrical about him. And I also got this off of Tori, and this is Study of Poisons. So this is the first book in the study trilogy, but from Valak's point of view. So we get the opposite POV from the, look at the updated map though. Look at that, look at that, head my face. Absolutely beautiful. It's got a butterfly, like, then there's the castle map. Like, I'm so excited to read this. Have to wait until we finish the others. We're gonna do this for the Chronicles of Exiled read along, but it'll be after we read the second study trilogy. So this month's book is Spyglass, and then it'll be the next 3 study books, but I can't remember. I'm going to have to put that back in later. I can't remember what they'll be in here. So there's Shadow Study, then Night Study, then Dawn Study, and then we'll be going on to Study of Poisons, Study of Magic, Study of Fire, which are the first 3 books from Valak's point of view. And then the short stories. That's how we're going to work it. So, yeah. I am very excited for this. But Maria also kindly signed this as well. That's another thing. It was so lovely meeting Maria. Like, it was terrifying meeting Maria because, like, Tori talks about her all the time. Like, she talks about her all the time, and apparently she talks to Maria about us all the time as well. So it was like, it's that weird thing of, like, meeting someone who is, like, a celebrity. I know, like, authors don't really have celebrity stuff, but there's a slight shift. They're not, it's not like meeting a regular person. At least in my head, it's not like meeting a regular person. It's like meeting somebody on a different level, you know? And then to be in a situation where I was, like, sitting down having dinner with her and, like, just talking to her, again, so lovely, so kind, so, honestly, like, it's so nice when people don't, like, that's the thing, like, you get some authors who think they're, like, too good to be talking to their fans. And then you get people like AJ West and Maria V. Snyder and Kate Moss, like, who are just so lovely and so appreciative and just nice. it's like, they're kind, and it's, yeah, I cannot wait to finish reading the study trilogy. Well, the second study trilogy, so I can get into these as well, because these are new, these have only just come out. So I'll be reading these with people who, like, haven't read them as well. Anyway, I'm gonna go. My nose is starting to run. I'm getting all congested. It's only 10:15, but I might just head to bed because I got work in the morning. So yeah, I'll speak to you later. Hello, it is Friday, and I'll pretty much look how I feel, which is fab. Yeah, I seem to have picked up a cold or something. I've tested for COVID. It's not COVID. Or it's not coming up as COVID in the tests. But I am so congested right now. Like, all my sinuses and stuff are so congested, and it's horrible. And I can't breathe properly. I have been taking decongestants, and they have been helping, but not, like, completely. So, yeah, that's fun. So I've not been able to get a video out for today, because I've not filmed anything. Remember the times on occasion when I would have a pre-filmed video? I'm hoping to film something tomorrow and edit and get it up, so something fast. Becca, again, my hero, posted a tag video that's really quick and needs, like, very little input. Just as I was like, oh crap, I don't have a video, because the video I planned to do, so I plan to do, like, a birthday haul, like a full birthday, just to sit down the haul, but I do hauls on my quarterly thing, so I feel like doing a specific birthday haul isn't really
like, I don't think it's a, I don't know, it just feels like a waste of time video, like, because you're going to see it in the other haul videos, like the quarterly haul, and also you saw what I got when I opened it, so it just seems like a waste of your time, because I could just put up whatever the hell I want video wise, like I could do whatever I want, but you know, whether or not that's actually valuable to your time. I mean, like I say, like the majority of people that watch these videos are my friends anyway, so so I've decided against that. So which means I needed a new idea, and I'm ill, and I was ill last week as well, which meant that there's nothing happening up here. There's like zero thoughts, just not even vibes, just nothing going on up there. For me to come up with an idea for the video. I did have an idea of doing like a recommendation for like autumnal books. I could still do that. I've got another video next week that I need to put up as well. But right now I'm just not feeling great. Like I feel really crappy, so I don't have the energy for it. But I'll see how I feel tomorrow, because I've been at work today. I've been at work all week. Luckily, I'm in an office on my own. I don't really need to have much contact with people, so as long as I'm feeling okay, I go in. Because I'm not likely to spread my germs, and we've got hand sanitizer and stuff all over the place, so I'm unlikely to spread my germs. But reading wise, I can't remember what I spoke about last. I think Pucking Around was the last thing I read, and I think I told you about that because Tori commented about that on another video. Was the last video? I can't remember if I told you, but I finished this anyway. Really enjoyed it. 4 stars. It was there was one of my books. It was interesting to read a polyam book, like a truly polyam book, because I've only read one other series that has that before, and then another book that kind of it's got the start of a polyam relationship, but not like this kind of romance. It's just in a fantasy novel. I'm not going to tell you which one because that would be a spoiler. But like the romances I'm used to reading are just your regular 2 people, be it male, female, 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 male, male, non-binary people involved somewhere. But like, you know, 2 people rather than multiple people. 2 people as multiple people, Andy. You know what I mean. Brain not working. But I've also been reading Fractal Noise. Where's the thing? Fractal Noise by Christopher Paolini. This is a sci-fi, and it is actually a prequel. It's the prequel to Sleep in a Sea of Stars. And technically this came out after To Sleep, but To Sleep is a very it's quite intimidating. It's a large sci-fi. It's a series, I believe, and let me see what it says in here. And it is also, yeah, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars, Unity, Fractal Noises, 3 of them, this being the 3rd. It's quite intimidating. It's not, I'm still just dipping my toe into sci-fi, and so this sounded more like the kind of sci-fi that I would read than To Sleep in a Sea of Stars did. Although, depending on how I get on with this, I might try To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. It's just, that one seems more, I don't know how to, you know how you get urban fantasy and high fantasy, and like there's a scale? Like, there needs to be one of them for sci-fi. Like, there needs to be a scale for sci-fi that I can kind of use. But, like, this is not a Star Wars-y sci-fi. This is not like a Star Wars-y sci-fi. It's more of The Martian, Project Hail Mary, like an Andy Weir-esque, where it's like just humans and humans exploring space. Very character leaning. Even Becky Chambers, like, although the creatures in there are aliens, like, well, the Wayfarer series, a lot of them are aliens. There are some humans in it. It is not, this is what I mean by it, there needs to be a scale. It's not like Star Wars, where there's fights and battles and loads of stuff going on and loads of world building having to go on. Like, it's very much character focused and not much happens. That's what I like in my sci-fi. I like character based, drawn out sci-fi where we're just getting to kind of explore what it means for humanity to have contact with other creatures and aliens and species and things like that. Or to discover that we're not alone, or, you know, things like that. But when it comes to, like, your sci-fis that have got, like, big, epic, like, battles and stuff like that, and, like I say, more like your Star Wars, your Star Trek, those kind of sci-fi, I wouldn't read that as a book. I like watching it, but I wouldn't read it as a book, because I can't, it's like with fantasy, I can't read high fantasy, really, or certain kinds of high fantasy, like, technically things like Fourth Wing are high fantasy because it's set in a world that's not our own, and it has creatures that are not, like, you know, it is technically high fantasy, but it is written in such a way that it's more accessible to me, so that you don't need to remember all these different things and, like, remember maps and areas and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't read more like high fantasy. Like, I really, really struggle with proper high fantasy. There's only, like, a few that I can read, and Fourth Wing is one of them. Like, I struggle with a lot of the popular high fantasy, just because there's a lot of world building involved, and world building does not work for me. Whereas, like, this, for example, is in one location with very little, or they're in the ship and then they're on the planet, and it's very bare bones on the actual building up of the, like, it doesn't go into intricacies of how the ship is built, and it doesn't go into intricacies of, I mean, the planet itself is basically just a ball of rock. It's like, it's very, like, it's not got any features on it. So they're just walking through this, it's like Mark Watney on Mars. There's nothing, there's no, like, cities and, like, countries and stuff. It's just Earth. It's just Earth. It's like substrate, you know. So that's much more accessible to me, because I don't need to try and imagine all these things that I can't imagine. Like, I love watching them, like Lord of the Rings. Love Lord of the Rings, the TV show, the movies. But I struggled with reading it because there was just too much going on. All that to say, the point I was trying to get to is I feel like To Sleep in a Sea of Stars leans more towards, like, the epic side, to more like the kind of fantasy, the kind of sci-fi that I'm not really good at reading, whereas this is the First Contact, so it's more accessible to me. But I'm getting on quite well with Christopher Paolini's writing style. I'm more than halfway through. I've only got like 150 pages to go, and so far so good. I'm enjoying the kind of things that are going on. There's a lot of religion talk in this, and I don't know how I feel about that, because, like, it's causing discourse within the team. So, like, one of them is really, really atheist, and one of them is really, really religious, like Christian religious, and they just keep butting heads and riling each other up and trying to, like, get each other for, like, you know, how science is, like, science versus God, and they're just arguing about it, and I'm not about that. Like, I don't believe in God. I'm not religious. If I had to choose, I would go with, like, the Greek pantheon, or, like, a multi-god pantheon. If we were going to, like, work in, if I was going to believe in something, I would believe in a multi-god system, rather than a singular god. But I just don't. I mean, if I die and it turns out I was wrong, fair enough. You know, at that point, I will admit I was wrong. But I just don't believe in it. So, but at the same time, I'm not out to rile up religious people. Like, I'm not here to, unless they come at me first, in which case, like, the gloves come off, The character in here who's atheist is constantly picking at the one that's religious. Like, just leave it alone. She wants to believe. You don't believe. You don't need to persuade each other otherwise. Like, you don't need to make it your life's mission to talk her out of her faith. And you don't need to make it your life's mission to talk him into your faith. And at the same time, she's also really rude, because she is one of those believers that is like, everybody who doesn't believe is going to hell, and it's going to be blah, blah, blah. Like, so hardline about it. Like, so hardline about it. And she's not a kind person either. The whole way through, she's antagonistic to everybody. I don't really like the characters in this, but they're written like that. Like, these two characters and other characters, because there's only 4 of them currently, but on the ship there's more people, because they've gone off onto the planet. And they're not great. In general, the whole cast are questionable in their character, but they're written like that. Like, they're meant to be like that. So he's doing a good job of that. But these two characters, they're just constantly antagonising each other, and I'm just waiting on somebody snapping, because like, they're in a position where like, they're isolated and they're in a dangerous situation and tensions are running high and things get going wrong, and that's when things get dangerous. That's when you need to work as a team and not antagonise each other. But he's purposely, every time they have a conversation, he makes a comment about her faith. And she tried the whole, like, it's just my faith, it's just what, like, it's my belief, I'm like, you believe what you want to believe, I'm going to believe what I, but now he's at the point where they're just fucking arguing constantly. And if I was on that team, I'd be like, you two need to shut up. Like, you two need to shut up right now, because I don't care. I don't want to hear it. You each believe what you want to believe, and just leave it at that. Like, nobody was doing any harm either way until they started arguing about it. And it's like, shut up. Because, like, that's one of the things in The Martian that I really appreciate, is that they make the comment, they make the whole discussion about the crew have to be able to get on. So, like, in The Martian, they talk about how before they left to go to Mars, they were put into this sort of isolation chamber. So it was to mimic the conditions on Mars and the conditions in the Hab, where they would be in close quarters with no contact with the outside world, just with each other. And that was a test run to see if the crew could get along under the, like, stressful circumstances like that. Because, you know, if you can't get along like that, somewhere as dangerous as space, like, that just makes it extra dangerous. Like, you need to be working as a unit, you need to be working as a team. And this lot just seemed to not be able to do that. Like, I don't even know why he's there. Like, these characters are, like, I'm just waiting on something going wrong, because it's that kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm also wondering, so the whole concept of this is they're like looking, they're like a survey ship, and they're looking for other planets that humans can colonise, because that's what we do best. And they're scanning this area when they find a perfectly round hole on this planet, and they're like, that's weird, because nothing in nature would make that. Like, they all their different specialities kind of agree that it's not possible in nature for this hole to be how it is. And then they realise that there is a sound coming out of it, like a thunk, 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 or thud, thud, thud. And it's at a specific frequency, at a specific rate, and like, yada, yada, yada. And so they go to explore it and find out what it is. And they're not even at it yet. They're not even at this. You're following the journey as they get closer to this hole to find out what's going on. And I don't know if it's something to do with the sound or the frequency or like whatever it is causing them to have this mental thing go on, where, like, I don't know if you've, the other sci-fi things I've seen, like, watched and stuff like that, quite often there'll be like something making them go crazy, like sci-fi horrors, like, you know, the isolation, the fact that you're stuck in a ship and stuff like that, like, can give you like cabin fever and make you go a bit like, but I don't know if, like, the noise or the frequency, or there's something else about this hole that is making them, like, the closer they get, the more antagonistic they are towards each other, the more depressed the main character's getting, the more it's affecting them mentally. And I don't know if that's something to do with the hole, or just the fact that they are on this planet, like, isolated in an unsafe condition, and they're just naturally reacting to that. It's so interesting. Like, there's so much to think about, and I'm really just along for the ride. But yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. And I'm hopefully going to finish it tonight. It's only 8 o'clock now, but like I say, I've got 150 pages. I read the rest of it last night, like 200 and, what am I, 200 and, oh no, I'm 150 pages in. I've got less than 150 pages to go, because there's only like 200 and something pages. So, you know, I should hopefully finish it tonight. 257 pages. So I was wrong. I've got just over 100 pages to go. Just over 100 pages to go. So hopefully I should finish it tonight, because I managed 150 pages last night, and that was with me like stopping to talk to Kay, stopping to watch the videos that she was watching, like, you know, whereas like Kay's away upstairs, so I'm just going to be reading. I'm going to put my glasses on, and going to give my glasses a clean, because they're a wee bit smudged. I don't know how people who wear glasses full time just put up with the smudging and the dirt and the, like, my eyelashes it's right in here, like in this bit here, and my eyelashes obviously touch it, and they leave like residue from the oils on my eyelashes, and it really annoys me. So yeah, and then when I try and like clean it off, it just smudges. It doesn't come off, it just smudges, which really annoys me about glasses. So you can't ever like clean them properly because of the type of coatings and stuff like that they have on them. Like, it's just smudged. Anyway, I'm gonna go clean my glasses and read this book, and I'll get back to you when I've finished it. I've just finished Fractal Noise, and what the fuck? I don't know what to say about this. We were doing fine up until the end. And now I'm like, what? Sleeping in the Sea of Stars takes place like not long after this then. But then it doesn't seem to have any, well, I mean, as I say, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with it. I would need to read it to actually figure out what I had to do with it. But yeah, this was, I genuinely don't know what to say about it. It's so shiny because it's got a cover on it. I liked the story. There was a lot to like think about and discuss. But at the same time, I just don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, but that's another book off my TBR, I guess. I've got 2, 4, 5 books here still to read. And the Pirate's Life for Tea on NetGalley to read. I think after that, I need to read one of these, just to get my head round what just happened. But the thing is, do I want to read, which one do I want to read? Because both are rereads, and both are romance novels. This one's a paranormal romance because it's got to do with vampires, and this one's, I was going to say cowboy romance, but that's not. It's not really, because Bo's a soldier, not a cowboy, but his family are cowboys. I will decide between these two, probably. And figure it out, I suppose. I think this is even... No, Bad Luck Vampires after this. Yeah, Lindsay Sands doesn't seem to be releasing any books this year. In this series, which is sad, because she was doing 2 a year, one in April, one in September. And obviously we're in September now, and there's no sign of a new book being released. She has announced a new book in her Highlander series, but no new Arjuna book, which is sad, because we all know I love these, and I think I've got this one, and then the next one, and then I'm caught up. This one will finish off my reread of the Chestnut Springs series. I'm gonna go, because I don't really have anything else to say. And I'm just kind of confused. I might just go to bed. It's like 11 o'clock. I might just go to bed because I don't think I'm going to get any more reading done, because I am baffled. and I don't know what to do with myself now. Hello, it is Saturday. Do not perceive the hair. I'm going to go in the shower in a bit. Once I've woken up a little bit more. But the postage just come, and I really see if it can fit through the door, through the letterbox. Why are you knocking on the door and making me get up? Why? Why are you making me rush? Why? Anyway, but yeah, postage just came, and I know exactly what this is because there's only one thing being delivered. If it's not that, I'm going to be hella confused. And if you... Well, I'm assuming you're going to know what it is. Oh my god. I cannot get this out. Okay. Ta-da! It is the hardback edition of Heartstopper Volume 5. So yesterday was publication day, so it gets sent out on publication day, and then it gets delivered the next day, because that's how deliveries work. This is so cool! It says exclusive mini comic inside, but I'm pretty sure I've read the mini comic before. It's the one about Henry, what's his face, the celebrity crush that Charlie has. And I'm really excited about that because he is going to be in the next season of Heartstopper, and he's being played by an actor that I enjoy watching. So I'm not going to tell you who. If you don't want to know, I'm not going to tell you who. But he's in one of my other favourite shows as well. So I love the iron brew aesthetic that we've got going on here. And I can't wait to add this to my collection. I kid you not, I have just spent the last 10 minutes crawling on the floor looking for one of my pills because I knocked one of my these things when the top half was open, and then when I picked it up there's only one pill in it and there should have been two, and I've just spent like a good 10-15 minutes crawling on the floor with my phone light trying to find it, only to realise that I hadn't put the second pill in yet. So I was looking for nothing. Because it was my fexofenadine. And I already had one in one of the boxes, which meant that it was going to be an odd number coming out. Because I have one in each section, so it's always going to be an even number, because there's 2 in each section, so there's 14 in the thing. And I had an even number out of it. This one wasn't open. So I was like, oh, crap. That's why I can't find the pill, because it doesn't exist. I'm sweating so badly right now. Like, I'm actually, like, sweating from that exertion. And I'm just cleaning my hair and everything. I'm so annoyed. Anyway, yeah, while I'm here, I just want to tell you about my dumbassery. I started Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is a reread, and so far I am 74 pages in. It's a reread, so, you know, my thoughts are probably going to be the same as the last time I read it. I'm so annoyed at myself. And my hip and my knee and my ankle are really hurt. It was okay. It was my right leg yesterday that really hurt, and now my left leg's like aching. And I'm like, why? Just let me live in peace. Like, just let me live in peace. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do some more reading. I might even go to bed and read in bed. But I'm roasting. I'm gonna take some painkillers because my leg is really, really sore. Really, really sore. I moved it on the couch, on the seat, earlier, and I felt something shift that wasn't meant to shift, and I heard like a noise, and it wasn't good. It felt like a tendon or something flicking over a bone that wasn't meant to. I don't know. It felt wrong, and now my whole leg hurts. So I think I've done something to it, which is great. Give me peace. Honestly, sometimes. Hello, it is Sunday, and I've just finished Hopeless. I read most of it last night. I only had 100 pages to read this afternoon. So yeah, I finished it. I don't know why, but like by the end I was like tearing up, because this is like the end of the series. This is it. This is the end of the series. It kind of does continue on, like, each of our books is connected, so Wild Love and Wild Eyes are in this world, because, like, Ford, who's the main character of Wild Love, is Willa's from Heartless brother, so, like, there's potential for crossover and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know, this just made me feel quite emotional finishing it off. Bo was always one of my favourites when I was reading the series the first time, but it's just so nice seeing him get this, like, get his happy ending, especially after, like, Powerless. If you've read Powerless, you'll know what I mean. Like, he goes through a lot, off to the side, so yeah, I kind of wish, the only thing is I kind of wish this was like 100 pages longer with like an extra bit at the end. That's the only thing. But yeah, that's me finished the Chestnut Spring series again for the third time? I don't know. Second time? Third time? I'm not entirely sure. So it's time to pick up something else. And it's from this lot. I think I'll leave this until later when I need another palette cleanser. I feel like I should really start with Familiars, because that's the one that I'm thinking might end up as like a DNF. I was still, like, I'm supposed to get myself so many pages through the non-fiction. This is the one that I'm not sure I'm going to like, so I might read this. I also, A Pirate's Life for Tea on NetGalley that I've still not started yet. And I also have Falling Hard for the Royal Guard on my Kindle, which I was going to read as well. So I think I might start this and see how I get on. But it's set in 1612, and that's not really my time zone, but one of my friends thinks I'm gonna like this, so. And I did, but like, this is the thing, I need to stop buying stuff. Or this was an impulse buy over the lockdown, so I'm gonna give this a go and see how I feel. And if I don't like it, oh well. I just lost the charger. But yeah, I will hopefully update you later. Hello, I've been reading and I got just over 100 pages into this and decided to DNF it. I'm really bored, I'm not liking the writing style. I don't care. I don't care. There's even a dog and I don't care. So I'm DNFing that. And I've also decided to DNF this because this is basically like a memoir and I don't care about Hayley Campbell. I don't know who she is. I don't care about her opinions and stuff. Not in a bad way, just like, you know, there are some people who, she's a journalist, it's not even like she's talking about cases that she's participated in, like the other memoir type ones that I've got from forensic scientists and stuff. So yeah, I will probably start one of these two next. I don't know whether it'll be this one, this is historical fiction, or this one is a reread of a romance. I'm tempted to read the romance just because it'd be nice and fast, but we also know I love Chanel Clayton's writing, so I don't know. Although does this one have chapters? Yeah, it does. It looked like I was flicking through and it looked like it didn't have chapters for a second there. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. We shall see. Hello, it is Sunday evening. I just wanted to come on and finish this vlog before I forgot again, because we all know I'm good at doing that. So, slight hitch in my plan. I said I was going to read this next, but in the prologue of this, they mentioned something, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not happened. That's not happened. And then I realised this book comes first. They were on the shelves in the wrong order. I found so many books on my shelves in the wrong order lately. I think there's like something moving my books about upstairs. Some wee fairy thing moving my books about. So I've started this. This is Immortal Rising. I'm 100 pages in. And this one is about Stephanie. So Stephanie is Danny's sister. Again, who we meet previously, Decker and Danny. Danny's book is... I can't remember what it's called. It's one of the Hunter... It's one of the Rogue Hunter books. There's like 3 that are like to do that are the introduction to the Rogue Hunter books. It's one of them. It's blue. I can see the cover. It's blue with a man's face on it. Anyway, so I think my white balance just went funny there. There we go. So this is 13 years after that book. 13 years after. That's like, it states that it's 13 years after because Stephanie, when we meet Stephanie, is 15 years old. So this is 13 years later. So she's now 28. 28. So it's Stephanie and Thorn, and Thorn is one of... sorry, my white balance is just going funny. Thorn is one of Dr. Dressler's experiments, and he has, like, DNA splicing happening. So he's got, like, the hearing of a bat, he's got wings and, like, feathers on his hair like a bald eagle. He's got, like, the hawk eagle sight thing going on. Man, I need to stop making that white balance go. And it's like chameleon healing or something like that. Like, he's got all these different animals spliced into his DNA. So this is where that goes, like, real sci-fi, like, really, like, off the end sci-fi fantasy. Whereas before it's like, well, obviously, like, the nanos and stuff like that is really sci-fi, but, like, this is where it gets, like, this is where I was reading it and I was like, we're getting a wee bit into monster romance here. Don't know how I feel about that, because I've never read any monster romance, so the first time I read this I was a bit unsure about it, and that was 2022. 2022! Yeah, so I'm reading this instead. Immortal Rising, like I say, I'm 100 pages in. I vaguely remember this, like, barely remember this, so yeah, I'm glad that I'm rereading it. I knew this one was coming up. Like, I've been looking forward to rereading Stephanie and Thorn's story, because despite my misgivings about it being more on the monster romance side, I keep saying monster romance, just like, dude's got wings. Dude's got wings. Like, like eagle wings, like angel type eagle wings on his back. Anyway, I actually really enjoy their story. Like, they're great characters, as Lindsay Sands always writes. Great characters. I am very upset. It doesn't look like we're not. Well, it doesn't look like. I can tell you definitively we are not getting a new Irish New book this year, which is very sad. Normally she releases one in April and one in September, and she has been doing that for years, and now she kind of slowed down recently where she republished one with the new covers in April and then released the new book in September. So Bad Luck Vampire was the last one that came out in September last year, I want to say, but the April before that is when she re-released some of the old ones in the new, like, started releasing the paperbacks. I can't remember if that's right, but I think it is. It must be, because this is 2022, and then there's that one. So this one and that one, then Bad Luck Vampire. Yeah, so this was the September book for 2022. This would have been the April book this would be the April book. This would have been the September book, and then in April she didn't release anything. She started re-releasing these covers for the older ones, so they match again. And then Bad Luck Vampire was the September book for 2023, and then this year we've not had a single book, which is really sad, because she's still writing her Highlander series, so it's not like she stopped writing, but, like, give me more original books. I need more original books, please. Please. There's still the twins. There's still, like, the female twins. We've done the male twins. We've done Dante and Tommaso. But we have Victoria and... what's her name? I can't remember the other twins' name. Who are Elspeth's and Thomas's little sisters. Thomas? No, Elspeth. Yeah, Elspeth, not Thomas. Thomas's cousins. Elspeth's little sisters. Because we had Elspeth's is Bad Luck Vampire. And then we've still got her twin sisters to go. There's plenty of, like, I don't think the family tree's in this one, but there's so much family tree that we still have to go. So many friends, so many other people that we need to find their life mates. Like, come on. So yeah, I'm very sad that we're not getting a new Arjuna book this year. Because, like I say, normally they're out in April and September. It is now the 15th of September, and there's been nothing. Crickets. I've checked her website. She's announced a new Highlander book, but no new Arjuna books. So hopefully we'll be getting one in April next year. Because, like I say, I've got this one, that one, and Bad Luck Vampire to read, and that's it. That's me caught up with the series again. because I read them as they come out, but like that's me and my reread caught up with the series. So, I mean, wonder what I could pick up next. I did really want to reread the Night World series, so I might do that. Want to reread Discovery Witches as well after reading Blackbird Oracle, but we'll just have to see. Yeah. It's a shame because these are some of my favourite books. But I don't think she's stopped. She's not said she's stopped writing them. She's just not said anything. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to take my decongestant so I can sleep, read a little bit more, and go to bed because it's Sunday and I have work tomorrow. So, and I feel buzzed. Like, I feel really awake, which is really weird because I've been so tired all day and it's almost like I've gone into that second wind sort of thing, you know, when like you get so tired that suddenly you become like really awake. So I hope that's not going to keep me up all night. I also have a sore tummy, like I feel sick, which is not good, but it's not like, I think it's just, I don't know. Anyway, if you want to let me know you were here but you don't want to sit and leave a comment, if you leave me, is there like a pen emoji? I don't know if there's a pen emoji or a vampire related emoji for my vampire books. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.